Hi Ghosties, this is Matt Ghosty. So, the rumors about Blood Moon, website pressed it again. Rumors about Blood Moon literally put me off. It didn't have the same vibes as it used to be in the past. I do love the vampire because the vampire hasn't been censored. I mean, many of you said it is, but I don't see the difference in her, other than the fairy. And it came to an understanding that she hasn't been touched, thank God. But with the fairy, that has been badly changed. No blood, no chains, no cage. No blood. I'm more offended by that. Okay, so I don't think CN version will literally have this suit. I mean, if they did and they demanded to change, nah, deal with the blood. It's not really that flippin' horrific if you look at it. I just don't like the fact that what I'm into is literally offensive to everyone else. It's not like you're gonna lose your normality for looking at a blood suit. And it's like, can you grow the hell up too? Having to know that the fairy was censored in Vietnamese version is like, okay, but that's close to Chinese though. It hasn't majorly changed upon other flipping countries. Vietnamese and Chinese to me are no different. I'm sorry, but it's hard, it's difficult to look at the differences. Please don't get offended because I'm a dumbass that I don't see what's different between them two. I see what's different between Japanese and Chinese because that literally took me like a few months back then to realize the difference, and I've noticed. Oh yeah, new avatar. But I just want to relax. I want there to be more blood-related suits. I want to feel satisfied. Blood Moon was my favorite because there was blood and it could be very creative to blood. I could create a zombie if all I want. But when I know that she has no longer blood on her, it's like, you gotta be kidding me. Cool. And as I said, the vampire hasn't been touched, so I don't know where that rumor came from. If you look at it from the past picture and to the future picture, there is nothing changed. And I don't know why people are saying that she has when she clearly hasn't. She still has blood on her mouth, which of course it just represents the vampire part of her. And it's like another thing too. Vampires need blood on them just to know that they have been eating. And I don't mind that. I mean, if you don't like blood in general, then why are you into vampires? Which that doesn't build up in my mind. And I know that there's kids playing this game, but after the update, if you guys realize that there was a question about being 16 or above, and if you press no, then it will kick you out, even though I accidentally pressed no because I didn't understand the question. It said yes or no, and I'm like, am I above or not? Yes, it was a retarded move, so I ended up pressing yes, I am above. And you can't play the game if you're under. But nobody would actually follow this rule because many of us are literally just rule breakers. I'm talking about the kids. Now, I am going to be vocal about this, and I don't care if I'm going to be hated for this, but I have no respect for kids. I just think it's too much of a hassle. Everything has to be private because of them. Like, they're playing a game that is not on their age, and it's above their age. But nobody cares because apparently I'm literally making this a big, huge fuss. But then again, if it's gonna be a big, huge fuss, your kid is breaking the guidelines of playing this game. It's breaking their age restriction just to play this game. Now, this is the reason why the suits are getting censored, because of you, parents. Now, I know that there's some good, decent parents out there, only some. But there's a lot more parents out there that's actually exploiting their kids on the internet. Making their kids look like 20-year-old women. It's disgusting. And if something doesn't go right, The parents would do anything in their minds just to make it sued. And it's like, okay, cool. Now, I don't want to blame parents for this, but I'm blaming the kids of all things. The kids I always have to have the blame. The parents, I don't really care. The kids, you have always been demons. You have not been innocent at all to me. And I just don't like them. I know some of my audiences are like partially kids, but most of them are literally adults. And my hate for kids have not changed. I hate myself as a child too. So if you're gonna say you hate yourself, I mean that's already happening. You know? So I'm just tired of this bullcrap as respecting kids' views as well. And you kids have a lot of flipping games to play other than this. So how come it has to be this that actually has to respect the kids' view of them just playing other different games? I know that Love Nikki is very, very addictive, but respect the devs and respect the artists. The artists put all of their flipping effort into creating Blood Moon and for it to change. And that's disgusting. It really is. You're disrespecting the artist for changing it for your perfection. And if this suit's ever gonna get changed, I'm literally going on a rant. I am. It's like saying goodbye to the maniacs and hello to the normality. I am a freaking weirdo. I think that's already been cleared. But I like my blood and I want it to stay on the suit. But I'm just one person speaking up against this because blood is literally amazing to look at. And if you look at it, be like, oh god, that used to be inside a person. No, it's just liquid that used to be inside a person. I don't give a crap. It means nothing. It's not like it's going to deform itself into another person and then walk off. I don't know what's going on in your head about blood and what you have against it, but it's literally harmless. It's liquid. It behaves like water, but it's thicker. And I'm just so tired of people literally go around me be like, oh god, blood, blood. It's like, yeah, it's blood, who cares? Don't you ever get cuts? Don't you ever injure yourself and cause yourself to bleed? Then there is no difference in bloody styles. She has a reason to have blood. I've noticed that people did like her face because it's very different. I mean, I agree more. She is covered in blood and I love it. But if it will be censored, then I'm ranting and I will delete this game. Because no matter how much I enjoy it, but it's like saying goodbye to people that's into weird taste in fashion. It's like saying you're not accepted. Yeah, but yet you're accepting normal suits, but you can't accept suits that I like. Things that I enjoy looking at. Now, I don't want to be that person that would cut a human just for blood spills. No, I'm actually into, like, the anime version of that happening. I would never hurt a person because I'm so weak and I'm so scared of hurting them. Because it's just, no matter how much I hate humans, but I will not hurt anyone by all means. Like, no. But anime-wise, like, my second favorite or my first favorite anime has to be Another and Corpse Party, also Tokyo Ghoul. Because these three animes have good story behind them and the amount of gore put into them as well are absolutely amazing. And I don't see anyone literally ranting about that because when your kids watch it, you'd be like, oh my god, I'm suing them. Which is impossible because in Japan, therefore your suing don't matter to anyone besides a game. I'm so done with humanity sometimes because it's like saying you're too weird to be alive. And the way that BM changed was a huge disappointment and the vibes towards it. Yeah, it's still pretty, but she looks very normal. I'm like, I'm done collecting normal suits. I want something that's weird, something that's really out of place. She is beating that by now. And I would literally try my best to complete it because I don't want it to be another Tenku incident, even though I collected at least 11 items. Which is not so bad. I mean, I started off with 2k stamina, spent all my gems on packs and onto like the 12th item. I'm not saying for other people to do the same. If you really like this suit, then by all means get it. And if you don't, then by all means save up. I mean, it could be any of your choices. But just at least stop whining about when you see blood. It's literally a fictional thing. So it doesn't mean anything at this point. It's just blood. Have a nice life. And please respect people like me that's into something that you're not into. I'm sick and tired of hearing this. You only think about yourselves. I mean, that's every single one of you. You think about yourselves and not think about others that might enjoy the game. If you're not satisfied, you rant. And it's like, I'm done with it. I don't like people like you that's actually self-centered by every single level. And every time I see a person like you, I just want to avoid before I lash. Have a nice life.